Let's talk about a man who experienced the greatest exchange. Matthew was a tax collector. In biblical times, being a tax collector meant being a shady individual. If you were a tax collector, you were seen as the scum of society. You were known to be crooked. You see, tax collectors served the Romans and took advantage of the Jews. This meant that from the outside, Matthew was not an ideal candidate to become a follower of God. You would think, wouldn't Jesus choose only religious people, or at least people who had a good reputation? But Jesus called out to Matthew in chapter 9, verse 9. He said, "Follow me and be my disciple." And Matthew followed him and never looked back. It's almost shocking how in a moment Matthew knew his need for Jesus and responded by following him instantly. He left his messed up way of making money and the thing that defined his identity and exchanged it for a brand new life and purpose with Jesus. He knew the one calling him was worth the exchange. One thing is clear. Matthew knew his need for God. He heard Jesus' call and left everything to follow him. The religious people of Matthew's day thought Jesus was crazy for making Matthew a disciple. In their opinion, he was scum. They couldn't believe Matthew was given a chance to be made new. But Jesus cut through their pride with two powerful statements. First, Jesus said, "Healthy people don't need a doctor. Sick people do," in Matthew chapter 9, verse 12. Second, Jesus says, "I have come not to call those who think they are righteous, but those who know they are sinners," in Matthew chapter 9, verse 13. Jesus loves making people well when they humble themselves and follow him. It's incredible to think that Matthew went from being the shady scum of society to the author of the gospel we're now reading. But God transforms whoever will follow him. So which seat do you sit in? Are you like Matthew? Do you know your need for Jesus? Or are you like the religious leaders who were blind to their need for Jesus because they thought they were righteous already? It's clear in Matthew chapter 9, verses 9 through 13, that those who admit they are spiritually sick sinners who need Jesus' new life will receive forgiveness and a new identity. But those who think they are well already without Jesus' help will remain in their self-righteous and sick spiritual state.